What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Make sure you follow me over there on Telegram. That's t.me/kingoffomo1, as well as my TikTok channel right there on the screen. I will be posting more stuff on TikTok today, and we'll get into the reason why. But the topic for today is yield farming. Yield farming is going bananas, ladies and gentlemen, on the Binance Smart Chain. I want to make sure it is on your radar at the very least, so you guys know what to look for this stuff. The brunt of this video is going to be about Goose.finance. This is the amount that I've earned the past like maybe 2 hours, about 14 tokens, which is close to, what is that, $300 in a couple hours. So that's the craziness that yield farming can get. And the risk can be pretty low, and there's a lot of ways to play it. I actually lost 40 Ethereum with the BT token earlier this month, and I made most of that back in the past couple days yield farming in the Binance Smart Chain. But first, I want to go over, do a general overview of a lot of other stuff. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. That's why I'm going to be doing some smaller TikTok videos just to cover some things that I might miss in this video, but let's get straight into it. First of all, Cyber Token, 8 days left in their pre-sale. This is going pretty much exactly the way that I anticipated. The majority of the deposits came in on the beginning and the end here. They have currently raised close to about $500,000, which is halfway to their goal, and they're probably going to hit their goal in the next 8 days. So if you want to buy some of these tokens, of course you can wait a little bit longer, but there will be a time where they reach the $1 million mark, and then you can only buy it at market value, which is going to be at 2x the price. There's a lot of ways to play around with Cyber Token. They're actually going to be launching something similar to what's Tron Chain and Ether Chain and Eclipsity have been doing. I think altogether they've raised close to about $100 million overall, which is insane. Almost probably $200 million if you're counting Ether Chain too. So with that type of model, I think that Cyber Token can do just as well, attracting that same user base. But obviously, if you joined in the beginning of here, you'd get dividends from a lot of people. But I think even joining now, halfway to the $1 million mark, a little less than halfway to the $1 million mark, you can still get a lot of dividends. So just contemplate it, decide what you want to do quicker rather than later, and see if you want to get some of these Cyber Tokens, because I think that, like I said, it's going to sneak up on you, just like it's under the radar, and once it does get to that like couple $1 million mark when they launch all their stuff all together, after 8 days, that's when you're going to FOMO in. It's going to be a little too late for you to get these tokens cheap. But nonetheless, let's move on to the next thing. Zero Exchange Token. I talked about this on the channel for multiple days. This one went up 200% today. It hit an all-time high of about 26 cents, 26.9 cents. Now, unfortunately, I did sell these tokens before it pumped. I sold it at 6 cents 2 days ago. And it's because I moved to the Binance Smart Chain. I don't regret that, and I'll tell you guys why in a second. But if you did hold on to these tokens, if you were braver than me, then you made some nice gains with this. And side note, I'm not going to talk about this in the video, but keep an eye on Avalanche and Cardano. Those two cryptocurrencies might take off this year, especially with what's going on in DeFi and the Binance Smart Chain. I'm definitely going to be stocking up on those to see what happens in that space a little bit later this year. But Zero Exchange Token doing really well. It's paired with the Avalanche blockchain. You guys, you can do your research on that one. World Token is another one that's doing fantastic. This was, again, maybe 9 cents earlier. Went to another high, not all-time high, but another high of about 21 cents earlier today. So that was an easy 2x from there, a little over 2x from that, which is great. With World Token, here's my story, and this is the reason why I sold at, not a loss, but I just missed out on the 2x. Well, the thing is, I earned about $1,000 in World Token from staking it for a while, and I wanted to move over to the Binance Smart Chain to test that out, and then come back to World Token afterwards and see what happens. But as I was trying to unstake my World Tokens and sell my liquidity and everything, altogether it cost me about $600 to go through the process of just moving my tokens. That's not buying anything. That's just moving the tokens around. That's fees, transaction fees, and that turned me off of Ethereum blockchain completely in terms of trying to make profits. It takes serious money to move around and serious patience. So in the Binance Smart Chain, you can do a lot more with just not crazy fees. So I decided to just eat the $600 fee and move over to the Binance Smart Chain. And I did make back a lot of money, like I said, with farming with Goose and farming with Crow.finance and a lot of other things. But nonetheless, that's just one of the reasons. Another thing to keep an eye on, guys, this should be a separate video. You guys can watch another video about this, is 1inch. If you've traded on the 1inch exchange before, you might have some free tokens. I got about 600, which is close to about $3,000 worth of tokens at the price of where it is right now. Now, these exchange tokens, they are going crazy, so you might want to think about holding them. The Uniswap token did the same thing. They gave away 300 tokens. It's currently worth about $20 a piece right now. 1inch is following the same path as Uniswap, to be honest. It's growing significantly, and they have some extra features in it, so I think the potential for it to hit the same price as Uniswap, or at least the same market cap as Uniswap, is pretty high. So keep an eye on that. And of course, it'll probably dump a little bit because people are getting free tokens right now. The same thing happened with SushiSwap and Uniswap, but it might be beneficial to hold it. So another thing to keep an eye on is Kitten.finance. I've been stealth buying this up for a while. Again, these decentralized exchanges, guys, keep an eye on these things. They are going to sneak up on you in terms of growth. And Kitten.finance is built of a serious team. If you've been following these guys since day one, you know that they're not just cloners, copy pasters, anything like that. So I'm going to try and get an interview going on with the devs over here at Kitten.finance and see what they got going on later. But this is one that I've been stealth buying, and I'm going to hold on to for a good amount of time. Not going to do the same thing like I did with Zero Token and sell it for a loss. So moving on to the Binance Smart Chain, Goose.finance. You guys can see right here the amount that I farmed, like I said, in the past couple of hours. The positive with this is all these farms have like some crazy high APYs, 5,000%, even with these lower risk pools, this USDC, BUSD, so this stablecoin pool, 1,000% APY. So there's a lot of farms to test out here, and again, the fee is almost non-existent, maybe 14 cents max for each stake. And but keep in mind though, if you're not depositing egg in here, you will be hit with a 4% fee upon entry. So you can't just go in and out real quick, otherwise you're going to lose 4%. You got to make sure you make back that 4%, which takes about a day with a 1,000% APY. And then when you make back that 4%, then you can decide to sell or do other stuff. But man, it's working out great, like I said. And there's a lot of ways to play it too. Like I bought into Goose.finance at maybe $16 a couple days ago. I farmed it for maybe 2 or 3 days, and I sold it at $29. And now it's back down to $15 and thinking about buying back in because these tokens, they're not doing what you expect these types of tokens to do, which is just pump and then dump and then die. Goose.finance went from $16 up to $32, down to $16 again, up to $29, and now it's down to $15 again. So this is probably a good buy opportunity. I think it went down as low as 13 earlier today. So the swing trading opportunities here are fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. And I think that like there's a lot. Of course, there's still risk with it. There's been other decentralized exchange coin platforms. I think Ice Cream Finance was another one that was scammed out, essentially. There was a flaw in the code. It might have been an insider job. Doesn't really matter. All the money's gone either way. People were depositing in pools just like this, and they drained pretty much all of them. So that's the sucky part about some of these platforms, is that they do carry risk, and even like still, even though the coin has been doing really well for a lot of these Binance coins, if they go down to zero again, you still lose everything if that happens too. So keep that in mind as well. But at the current moment, as I think the Binance Smart Chain is continuing to grow, I think that a lot of these coins and these types of exchanges have potential to do great stuff. One thing that I want to take a look at is the total value locked. This is a number to focus on, and this has been pretty good. It's been going up consistently over the past week. I think it hit $9 million, and now it's back down to $8 million. So it's still generally it's going on an uptrend, and that's what you want to look at. You want to make sure that number doesn't go down, because that means people are just kind of milking it dry. So that's not happening with Goose.finance. You're having volatility. And just to make a comparison on Binance Smart Chain, obviously with Uniswap's at like $3 billion. I don't even want to look at Uniswap right now, but Uniswap's at a high amount. But if we compare this to another Binance Smart Chain, this is PancakeSwap on Binance Smart Chain. This is at $941 million. And again, this happened basically overnight. From January, it was at $100 million in the beginning of January, and then all the way up to $900 million where it is right now. So the same case can happen with Goose.finance. $8 million now, $800 million in the next couple of days. That could be a 100x from where it is right now. And this Goose token will definitely be worth a lot more if it does hit 100x. It might not be worth exactly 100x more, but it'll be worth significantly more if this platform does like a second place to PancakeSwap. And it's got all the right, I think, formula to be able to do that, kind of locking in some of these deposits for a longer period of times. And that's what you want with these things. Like, there's a use case with these coins. That's one of the reasons why it's not dumping down to nothing when people are farming this token, is because people want to be able to have an exchange with liquidity, which is what you're doing when you're providing these farms to these exchanges with liquidity, and not have the fees be $600 just to move tokens around. People are starving for this. And that's why Binance, the BNB token, has gone up. That's why Cardano has gone up, even though Cardano hasn't really started doing any of this yet. When it does, I think it's going to go up significantly more. Avalanche, same thing, even though it hasn't started really doing this too much anymore. I think that like those two coins have potential to do what Binance did and go up 100% overnight again. So, like I said, I'm trying to keep these things on your guys' radar. I don't want you guys to sleep on it, because when they do go parabolic, it's going to happen overnight, and then you're going to look at it. But if you're looking at it now, you're kind of at an early point. I know a lot of people were commenting on my channel saying, "You're late to the party, King of Fomo." And yeah, obviously I wasn't in the beginning, but nonetheless, I do still think it's pretty early for all of this stuff. The last one I want to cover is Goose.finance. This is another one. Now, the use case for this, I think, is a lot less, which is why I'm not too crazy about it, but the APY has been like stupid high for the past few days. You could have been farming this when I first talked about it, and you would have made bank from doing that. So this is another one that I sold at a higher price. It went down to $900 earlier. It's at $1,000. So the volatility's there, and there's just so much room to make profit if you're being a smart trader and you're taking some risks along with it. So keep an eye on all these things and decide for yourself, is it a coin that I want to keep, hold on to, stick around with? Auto Farm is another one. Like, there's just so much stuff on the Binance Smart Chain. That's why I'm going to be doing my TikTok videos a little bit later, so I can talk about individually each one of these coins without spending 20 minutes on a video for each one. But I'll still make videos. Just follow that TikTok channel and you'll get smaller snippets of this stuff. All right, guys. So that is everything for today. I wanted to keep you guys up to date on this stuff. Catch you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and as of course, if you follow my Telegram channel, I've been talking about this stuff. So like, you should be up to date on this stuff already. And again, there's a lot of other people in my Telegram channel talking about some other stuff that I might talk about later. So just check that channel out as well. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.